Hello everyone. It's week 2 of the chair yoga just to get you through the summer. Normally we do this at the Abbey Centre in Hunsbury. Usually I'll be doing some standing postures as well, but I've got a nice webcam here to make the picture clear, and it's got a zoom on it, so it's too close, so I can't do any standing. So it's going to be all chair based, but usually if you come along, there's a little bit of standing as well. There'll be spaces there come September. So if you're interested, then just go along to the website yogafreedom.co.uk and drop me an email and I'll give you some details about it. Okay, so we're going to do a gentle chair yoga. It's very hot today, so I'm going to be centering it on cooling you down. I always have a good emphasis with the breath. Now, these chair yoga sessions are suitable for everyone, but as always, if you have a major health condition, if you're pregnant or anything like that, then it's always advisable to get some medical confirmation that you're fit to practice. Okay, so just come to a comfortable chair. We will get started. Okay, so to make sure that you've got your feet planted to the earth, you don't want to at all have your feet sort of hanging in the air for this. So if you need to, you can bring a couple of big books or yoga bricks under your feet. And I work a lot with the feet, as I mentioned in the last video. So when I say dorsiflex the feet, oh, we've got Dennis in here already. She loves to come in when I'm teaching. Don't you, Dennis? Name's Dennis for many reasons, but she is actually a girl, aren't you, Dennis? Okay, so normally when I'm talking about dorsiflexing, I'm talking about engaging the feet like this, where you've got the ball of the foot active, the arch is lifted, and what that does, it helps to bring some energy up, and it helps you to secure your low belly to spine. Now you can further increase that by pulling up the pelvic floor just a fraction and drawing the belly to spine, relaxing the shoulders, and then just allowing the chin to dip. So sideways on, there's length through the back of the neck. Now, as I mentioned, if you are pregnant or anything, you're not going to want to pull those tummy muscles in. It should be fine for you to engage your feet, but see how you feel with that, because that's only just an energy thing rather than really pulling in. So if you are comfortable, then we're just going to come into the awareness of the breath to begin with. So just closing the eyes and just let yourself feel your feet against the earth, put your hands against your thighs. And let yourself feel a couple of regular breaths here. So often turning to the breath means you're driving the breath. You can be building tension if you're driving the breath. So see if you can just witness your breath, where you're not actually actively pushing and pulling it. In fact, it feels more like you're just observing the breath. And you may find that there's a few moments where it feels like you're not going to breathe at all for a moment. Just watch and allow your breath to start to take over. Your body will breathe you. It will breathe you for you. And this in itself is very relaxing. This will calm any overheating down. So there's a feeling as you sit here that you've got a sense of relaxation through your lower belly. You can lean against the back of the chair, just softening the shoulders down. Yoga is about becoming present at the end of the day, and that presence in Hatha Yoga is about being conscious with the more unconscious aspects of self. And as we become conscious in that way, you allow a connection to your higher aspect to start to form. So just through this presence, that higher aspect is also known as a witness part of you that isn't actually involved or engaged. It's just watching your reactions, watching your responses. So this is just starting here with the breath. You're just watching what your breath is doing without you partaking, without you having to drive it in any way. And you might find that with this, you already begin to feel as if you're sort of settling down, everything's slowing down just a little bit. Now, if you have untreated high blood pressure, or if you are pregnant or have a heart condition of any kind, then with this next breathing technique, you'll just do it gently, and you won't hold the breath. Otherwise, we'll have a few moments where you'll hold the breath in, but it will feel comfortable. It's not like you're straining to hold the breath in. Now, this breath is known as the crow's breath or the cooling breath. So it's something that's nice to do. And you'll either roll your tongue or pierce your lips. And you'll breathe in, and we'll take the breath softly, allowing it to come into the low belly. So you're working it downwards. The in-breath will come in smoothly, and you'll feel it rise from the bottom slowly up till you reach a comfortable capacity where you'll hold. You'll feel the coolness of the breath, and on the out breath, leave plenty of room to softly release through the nose. So you're not releasing through the mouth. So we're going to breathe in, focus on the pelvis, on the lower part, so the breath fills from the base up. And as you hold, there's a comfortable hold. And then as you breathe out, it's through the nose, but it's comfortable, and you don't have to release it quickly. You've left enough room so that it's comfortable. So we'll take 5 rounds of this. Now, if you find you get part way through and you get lightheaded or anything, just allow your breath just to flow normally for a few rounds. You can always pause the video, pick this back up and do your 5 rounds, or just do 3 rounds, or whatever feels comfortable for you. Okay, so just closing the eyes, just letting the body sit with itself for a moment, just feeling comfortable, no tension, no expectation, and you're just waiting for your body with its next in-breath to pierce your lips or roll your tongue. Softly releasing through the nose. As I said, have a couple of breaths if you need to in between, otherwise I'm going to go for it again. So the secret to the comfort with this is to not draw in more than you're comfortable with. So slow the in-breath, the amount that you're drawing in. Let it come in, let it fill your body. And on the out breath, there's a gentle connection through to your heart space. We've got another 2 rounds, keeping the shoulders relaxed, particularly on that in-breath. Last round, you'll probably feel your system is cooling and calming. Lovely. And just allow yourself for a moment as the breath returns to normal, just to absorb this feeling of connection to your body, connection to your breath. You're hopefully feeling that the shoulders are quite relaxed, that your energies come down more into the low belly. There's a quietening of the mind and of your being. So as we stay in this quiet place, just allow your chin to relax down towards your chest as you breathe out. Breathing in, sweep your chin over the right shoulder. Chin down to the center of the chest. Sweep the chin on the in-breath over the left shoulder. Breathing out down to the center of the chest. You're keeping it all slow. It's very hot. Breathing in over the right shoulder. Breathing out down to the center of the chest. Now, if your breath is faster than mine, go with your breath. You're looking for that comfort. Breathing in over the left. Breathing out, chin down to the center of the chest. Next in breath lifts your head to the neutral position. You might want to open your eyes here, but you don't have to. As you breathe out, just turn the chin gently over the right shoulder. Breathing softly to center. Turn the chin over the left shoulder. Breathing in softly to center. So without rushing, keep yourself present. Just another round of that each side. If there's one thing we've got to learn to master in this life, it's the art of presence. Coming to center. As you breathe out, go over to the left. Breathing in, coming gently to center. Dennis has relaxed in the corner there. Next out breath, right ear to right shoulder. Breathing into center. Left ear to left shoulder. Breathing into center. So this is all very slow and relaxed. Over towards the right. So I'm just helping you to find a state of presence. Now, if there's an aspect of you as you move left ear to the left that you're wishing we sped this up, just observe where you're feeling that in your body. Just encourage your body to drop into this moment. Your head is centered now. Now, if you've got any tension in your neck or arthritis, then just keep your head level and we'll just breathe. If you know your neck's happy, then come away from the chair a little bit. Lengthen through the neck as you drop the shoulders. Without collapsing, on an out breath, take the head back. Breathing in, bring your head gently to center. One more of those. Beautiful. Breathing in, bringing your head to center. So hopefully you've moved away from the chair a little bit. Now, if you engage your feet, as I mentioned, so it's like you're drawing your toes up towards your shins. Balls of the feet are active, arches are lifted. You've got a feeling of gentle energy coming up through the inner thighs. You might feel your belly draw to your spine. Now, feel that energy coming up, but roll your shoulders. There's a feeling of an upward flow through the front of the body, downward flow through the back of the body. This is putting you in charge of your energy. So because of this connection into the low belly, you're taking your breath down the back of the body as you breathe in, and it's coming downwards. Let's just have a breath of that. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, and as you breathe out, feel it lift your heart. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Marvelous. So from this upright position, let's just bring the hands out in front, thumbs into the palms, fingers around the thumbs, softly rotate through your wrists. Now, anything related to the arms and hands affects your heart rate or can more readily affect your heart rate. It is very, very hot, so I'm trying to keep this as smooth and as cool as possible. You're just rotating in the opposite direction. Okay, so from the central position, take your left hand to the side of your chair. Right arm, in this instance, comes onto the crown of your head. So you want mastery through the body. So energize the feet, low belly to spine, drop the shoulders, tuck the chin. You'll feel this inner strength. Now, this is what's important because this is going to keep you feeling stronger and younger. So on an out breath, turn your chin towards your right elbow if your neck's happy with that. And as you breathe in, just take that right elbow towards the ceiling. It's probably not going to go all the way up. You're trying to create length both sides of your rib cage. As you breathe out, bring it back to the regular position and rest your right hand down to your side. So breathing in, left hand comes onto the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, turn your chin to face the left elbow. So everything's drawn in and up, shoulders are relaxed. On an in-breath, lean, take the elbow towards the ceiling. Try and keep connection into the core of your body. As you breathe out, bring it back to where it should be. Relax the hand down and then just roll your shoulders back 3 times, just beginning to awaken through the body, and then take the shoulders forwards. Okay, resting your fingertips onto the top of your shoulders. And again, you've got connection through the whole body. So shoulder blades are relaxed, feet are active, thighs are squeezed, shoulders drop. As you breathe in, elbows together and up. You might take the head back, bring the elbows out and down with the out breath. Breathing in, elbows together and up. Breathing out and down with the out breath. Another 2. And then we're going to reverse it. So you take the elbows out and up, together and down. Breathing in, taking them out and up. Breathing out, taking them together and down. 2 more rounds. Beautiful. Just release the hands onto your thighs for a moment. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Now this next one, see how you feel through your shoulders. You're not doing anything that doesn't feel right. Just like your arms out to a T shape and just flip the palms uppermost. Notice where you're carrying the weight. Can you roll the shoulders? Can you energize through your core? Reach out through your fingertips and just start to rotate through the wrists, spiraling slightly larger spirals until you start to draw dinner plate size circles. It's all very comfortable. And then keep the direction the same, but just start to spiral it back in without rushing, getting smaller and smaller till you find stillness. Reach into that stillness as you close your eyes for a moment. As you breathe out, bring your left fingers to your right shoulder, right finger to your left shoulder. Take a breath there. Breathing in, floating the arms back out. Create that length. You've got the palms facing the sky. We're going to reverse the rotations. So whichever way you did before, do the opposite. You might start with the wrists, then you get into the arms. You've got smaller spirals going slightly larger and larger. And then you're just taking it a little bit smaller, moment by moment. So we're looking for this stillness. When things are really hot, any movement is over the top. So just come to stillness, lengthen into your fingertips, and this time it's right fingers left shoulder, left fingers right shoulder, just crossing. I think it's the other way to what I did before. Take a breath here. You haven't dropped your feet. And then gently releasing. Okay, moving towards a little bit of a twist. Now, if you've got tenderness in your back at all, you'll make sure that if we're using the arms, you're not dragging. You want to be using your core. So to engage that, energize your feet, squeeze your thighs, feel that inner lift and the drop of the shoulders. Now you're all engaged. Right hand either down by the right side of your chair, left hand wherever's comfortable along the right leg. Roll the shoulders, belly to spine, rotate your heart towards the right. Couple of rounds of breath, breathing that breath down the back of the body. On the out breath, it comes to the heart. Breathing in, gently bring yourself to center. Make sure you haven't dropped your core. Left hand, left side of the chair, right hand, outer left knee. Relax the shoulders, feel the heart open, gentle rotation towards the left. So the rotation's happening through this gentle inner squeeze and lift. The drop of the shoulders fires it up, and then you can use those tummy muscles to rotate you towards the left. Navel to spine, breathing in, gently come to center. So after a twist in yoga, we do a soft forward fold. Now, because I don't know who's watching this, if you're likely to topple, if you are, then you might want to take a soft forward fold. Lean back against the chair so it's not coming into your back, and just one leg at a time with the foot active, draw the knee up. Otherwise, if you know you're comfortable, to come forwards. Keep the hands in touch with your thighs, belly to spine. Relax yourself down over your legs. Breathing in, bringing yourself gently all the way up, keeping the hands in touch with the thighs. So we're going to get into opening the hips a little bit here. So heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Now you might find your hips don't want to come too wide. That's fine. What you don't want to do is have the toes turning out. So have a feeling that your toes and feet are parallel to one another rather than turning out. And perhaps you wiggle yourself back a little bit in the chair so that you're leaning forwards. So I'll turn this chair sideways so you can see what I mean. So it's like you've pushed your bottom backwards and you're leaning forwards. Belly to spine, open the heart, drop the shoulder blades, hands resting to your thighs. So you're feeling this back bend that we've just got a gentle back bend here. Hello, Jenny. We're just feeling this back bend coming to the upper back. At no point is it sitting in your lower back. Relax the shoulders. Find your breath. So just through being still and static, the key here is to be comfortable. So if you're not comfortable in any way, wiggle yourself, reconnect to my chair's walking, reconnect to the chair properly. Use your feet against the earth. Then apply these inner locks. They're called bandhas. So your feet are active, belly to spine, shoulders drop, chins aligned, and you'll feel a strength. So as we close the eyes here, just invite you to notice where your attention is. Yoga isn't always about doing loads of moves. Yoga is a unity between your mind, your body, your breath, your body, your spirit, your body, the spirit world, the material world, the known understanding that you feel you have of yourself with the unknown understanding of yourself, that drives you, that you don't yet see. You might feel, but not consciously, therefore you don't understand it. So we're just letting the breath, which is the bridge between those two aspects, letting the breath touch you in all parts. So you're feeling it reach any areas of the body that are showing tension. The breath can soften it there. You're also allowing the breath to help to give you height by, on the in-breath, working it downwards into your seat using your attention, and on the out-breath, letting the breath find your heart space. So that, almost as if you're turning the breath upside down, breathing into the base, out to the heart, is going to regulate this inner lift and strength in your body. Now, if you're comfortable here, having been sitting here for a moment, and you would like to replicate that forward fold, but with legs wide, just bring your fingers in towards the middle. Belly to spine, heart open, you've got that little bit of a back bend. We're just going to push into the thighs and lean forward. So what you're doing here, you're allowing the pelvis to tilt inside your hips. I love you, Dennis. Breathing in, coming up. We'll take another one of those if you're comfortable, belly to spine. Just work the hands onto the thighs so you don't tip forwards. Hi, Dennis. Breathing in, bringing yourself upright. Okay, so I'm going to shimmy my chair back around to the front for this next one. So draw your legs together. Okay, so we're actually going to work at opening through the hamstring and inner thigh. So I invite you to turn, you might need to bring your blocks, to turn to face what was the left of your room. So both of your legs are pointing to the left of the room. And you've got the chair to the left-hand side of you. Keeping your left knee pointing forwards, just point your right toes out towards the right. So the toes are on the floor and you're just going to lengthen. Now you might want to wiggle onto the edge of the chair. Now my toes are pointing forwards towards the window here. If it's not nice on your hip, you can let your toes point out a little bit towards the right hand side. Belly to spine, make sure it's not coming into your back. Right hand to your hip. And just have a moment or two, just feeling length and openness, feeling very elegant. Taking a few rounds of breath. Now I've got my foot flat to the floor. Go with what feels comfortable. So we're going to be bringing that leg in. So make sure you've touched your belly. If you need to use your hand, you can. Point the toe and elegantly sweep the foot round and bring your knee to the front. And just give yourself a moment to make sure that you're fully aligned. Back of the body is aligned. Belly to spine, bring yourself around. Okay, and then we're going to do the other side. So you've got to go all the way over and face what was the right hand side. Okay, both feet pointing right hand on the back of the chair. Send your left leg forward, send it out. Now I get to this point and then I want to shift. So I just want to shift a little onto the edge of the chair. And like I say, my toes are now facing in front of me because I've made room. I'm literally on the edge of the chair. If you want to, you can turn the toes more towards the corner. Whatever feels most comfortable. You've got your belly tucked, heart's looking forwards where your knee is. And it's just a lovely way. Now, if you've got tension or feeling anything being trapped in this side, then just alter it. Make sure, if you want to put the leg as straight as you can, so maybe you even got it in front of you like that. Go with what feels comfortable in your body. It's a very elegant pose, perhaps bringing the left hand to your hip. So these gentle poses are just helping to release some of the heat from the body. Make sure your belly's tucked, point your left toes, sweep them round towards the front. Give yourself a moment for everything to be in alignment, because you would have opened through the back of your body a little bit. And then bring yourself around towards the front. Okay, so back into the hamstrings here. So leaning back into your chair, tuck your belly, open your heart, dorsiflex your foot, and bring your hands behind the back of your right thigh. Now, if you know that you can lengthen more or be comfortable, feel free to take hold of the sole of the foot. But what that will mean is, and this is obviously if you're really comfortable, you're going to be bringing your tummy towards your thigh as you lengthen. So only do that if you're really comfortable, because it will come into your back. Otherwise, belly to spine, back of the chair for support. As you lift this right leg, make sure none of the weight of it's coming into your back. And just start to lengthen this right leg. If you push through the ball of the foot, you're going to create some strength, some intention. As you breathe out, draw the knee towards the armpit. Breathing in, push it forwards. As you breathe out, bring the knee towards the armpit. One more, breathe in, push it forwards. As you breathe out, bring the knee towards the armpit and just place that right foot down towards the earth. Okay, so we're taking the other side now. So you're working against the chair, belly to spine, and you've got probably the back of the thigh, left foot's dorsiflex. Make sure you're supported, it's not coming into your back. As you breathe in, push through that left foot. As you breathe out, bring it back towards the armpits. You're opening through the hip. Breathe it in, send it forward. Your belly's tucked towards your spine. And some of these, if you're heavily pregnant, you don't want to be working with your core as active as this. So you maybe will just be lengthening with the knees wide, hands onto the thighs as we did before. So just place your left foot back down, sitting up nice and tall. Relax the shoulder blades down the back. We're just going to float for a moment the arms back out to a T shape. And keeping the arms straight, cross the right arm over the left. Now with this position, if you find that it's your lower arms that are crossed, then you'll concentrate on working with arms straight, this connection higher up. If you're already above the elbows, then you can bend your elbows and take hold of your shoulders, belly to spine, just lifting through the elbows. So you've got an openness coming through to the back of your heart. If you're really comfortable, it's eagle arms. And what eagle arms looks like is from this position, you don't unravel the elbows, but you might bring the backs of the hands to touch, or you might even interlace the palms, lifting through the elbows, taking the hands forwards, and then just close the eyes or soften your gaze, almost as if you're looking into infinity, and just find your breath in the back of the body. Very softly on an in-breath release. You had your right arm on top, opening the arms to a T shape. This time it's the left arm. So stay just reaching this point. If you haven't quite reached above the elbows, you're playing at this point. If you have, then you can bend the elbows. So see, I've got one elbow stacked on top of the other. Might lift there. If you're going further, it's back of the hands touching. Maybe you've entwined the palms. Elbows lift, hands work away from the face. Close the eyes, You've still got the energy in the feet. So let's get back to that core connection. Toes are drawn up, balls of the feet are active. Gentle squeeze through the thighs, drop the shoulders, dip the chin. Just find your inner strength and breathe. All the time you've got this attention flowing through your body. You're feeding it with that consciousness that brings it life. You have that intention of renewing your body, your mind. If you've had any negative thought patterns or feelings of not being able to cope with things, just sitting and breathing with your body in a different position can put you in touch with life in a different way. Belly to spine, breathing in, floating the arms. Let's have a moment. We turn the palms upwards and you're either floating so the palms are facing or you've got them interlaced towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades relax down your back. Low belly towards the spine. Couple of rounds of breath. Then as you breathe out, just bring the hands all the way down and into Namaste at your heart center. So that is prayer pose. The heels of the hands touch. You've got a nice straight line, elbow to elbow. Thumbs are resting on the sternum. Belly to spine, drop the shoulders, align your chin, close your eyes. Let your focus be softly breathing down the back of the body towards your seat. Front of the body towards the heart on the out breath. Back of the body to the seat on the in breath. Front of the body towards the heart on the out breath. Just take a couple more of those. Now I've got my tongue just resting softly behind my front teeth. Notice you're not clamping your jaw. There's a presence about this posture. You haven't zoned out, but there's also a sense of expansion. Expansion through your being, through your mind. You may get a little bit of a hint of distance between you and any agitation you may have felt before. There may be some distance between you and any thought patterns. There may be such a sense of expansion that you can almost imagine some of the things you've been worrying about happening on a very small scale, and you feel much bigger now, much more able to deal with it. And it's very clever because it can even allow you to reign over your body in the sense that you've cooled it down, you've calmed it down. All of a sudden the heat isn't quite as bad. And then gently let the chin relax down. Just place your hands softly over your eyes, blinking into your palms and gently releasing. I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions or comments, don't be frightened to leave a comment. You can always message me as well through YouTube. I'll be checking back periodically just to check back with any messages. But yeah, it's been absolutely lovely to share. We'll have a couple more probably before the September classes start again. Thank you. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Dennis.